Rook and pawn endgames always occur in chess, so it's extremely important to know how to convert those types of positions. Today, I will be showing you how to convert positions in which you are up a pawn called the Lucena position, which occurs when one side has a pawn and a rook, and the other side only has a rook and is a known win for the attacking side. In some ways it is the opposite of the Philidor position, where you have the same pieces but it is a draw. Interestingly, the namesake of the Lucena position, Luis Ramirez de Lucena, who wrote the oldest surviving chess book, did not have the position in his book, and the position was incorrectly attributed to him. Anyways, let us begin. The Lucena position, as previously mentioned, is an extremely common rook and pawn endgame, where the king is on the promotion square of his pawn. The pawn is one square away from queening. Black's goals here are to keep checking the white king to force a draw, while white wants to move the king out of the way of the pawn so that he can promote and thus win the game. White cannot move the king away too far from the pawn, or else black can win the pawn, so no king move here wins the game. Instead, white wants to cut off the black rook with his own rook so that the white king can safely move out of the way of the pawn. Notice the difference between the Lucena position and the Philidor. In the Philidor, the pawn is farther away, and the opposing king is on the promotion square. In the Lucena, the friendly king is on the promotion square, and the pawn is just one square away. So how do we win this position? Well, we move the rook to the 4th rank. If black was winning against white, black would move to the 5th rank instead. It doesn't cut off the rook immediately, but I'll show you why it works. Now, if black plays a random move, white moves its king out. In order to prevent white from promoting, black starts to give checks. But instead of moving around its pawn like last time, the white king plays this specific sequence of moves. Let's look at this position now. Notice how if black gives another check here, white is ready to block with the rook. Now black has no way to prevent white from promoting, and therefore the game is won. An important thing in this position is the positioning of the black king. If it is positioned 2 or more files away from your pawn, you don't need to be worried about it when performing the sequence of moves we just talked about. But if it is positioned just 1 file away, then when white tries this maneuver, black could get drawing chances. Therefore, you should give a check with the rook to prevent the black king from getting too close. If the black king insists, then all of a sudden, the king blocks the rook's check and it is a win for white. If he retreats, then you can do your maneuver.